Micah Parsons joining us now. Micah, what did you hear from NFL people in the aftermath of that pro day performance?
Nothing but love. A lot of people came out and was like, you had an amazing pro day, but, I'm over here thinking, like, it could have been a better day for real. So, I was kind of, like, happy to get that relief off me because I didn't want to go out there and have a bad performance, obviously, after sitting out. So, just to get that weight off my shoulders actually feels pretty good.
What's interesting to me is that after your pro day, you sent out a tweet which said in so many words, hey, don't get caught up in all the times. Focus on what happens between the lines, which I tend to agree with. However, when you had a historically good pro day, it would seem to me you'd want to focus on that stuff. It almost felt like that would be something that came from someone who didn't do well.
Pro day, I think, is just to see where you are and how you're standing. But, people get caught up on these pro day numbers and often jump these guys up. And it's like, what is their table like? Do they play how they run and things like that? So, I just want to make sure it correlate, So that's kind of like how I was viewing it. So all guys who did do well, then I was for like all the fans who's like, oh my God, this guy should be a first-round pick just because he went out there and jumped a 40-inch vertical or, broad jumped 11 feet and he's automatically a freak of nature. So that's just how I look at it.
While we're on the topic of freaks of nature, Jason Owe put up some amazing numbers as well. What has stood out to you as you've watched him as a teammate these last few years?
Oh, man, it just stood out his growth. Every year he just keeps getting better and better. And then, his competitive nature. Jason wants to be great, and he'll come in every day to challenges everybody to be great. He challenged me every day, so I think that's kind of like what I love. I think every year we had some type of bet, who had more tackles, who had more sacks, things like that. So, we both had that competitive nature to come in every day to get better. And I think Jason, he's just going to keep getting better and better. He's going to be a future all-pro player once he gets his opportunity.
You chose to sit out as many players did throughout the country. What were the biggest factors for you that went into that decision?
Number one, I would say my son. I got to think for me and my son now. And, obviously as a father, your lens and the view of the world is so much bigger. And then also the Big Ten didn't have a brass. They canceled the season, so I felt like this was my only chance to control my narrative of how I wanted to go out. And I didn't want them to cancel the season or me getting suspended from games because I caught COVID. So I kind of wanted to control my health and, control what was going on in my future. So that's probably my biggest reasons why I decided to sit out.
And then ultimately, when the Big Ten did play, obviously things did not start well for Penn State, ended up rallying at the end of the year. But what was it like for you to watch your teammates struggle out of the gate?
It really hurt me because, I kind of felt like I could have been out there to help them. And I did want to come back, but I felt like it was like almost too late. Like I was already out training in California and things like that. So it hurt me a lot just to see my teammates struggle. And I think it was all because of COVID. They weren't able to prepare the same way they were. Young guys weren't able to practice with the older guys and things like that because separated practices. So, I think a lot of things factored into them starting so rough, but I think you saw the real Penn State team towards the end of the year.
What's the toughest question you've been asked?
One that caught me off guard might have been like, coach was like, what do you want? What do you want it like? If they took all your athletic ability away, who would you be in this world? And it kind of caught me off guard. I still say bowling. I still like bowling. So, that catches everyone off guard. When people say that, I always tell people I would be a bowler. And it catches so many people off guard.
Let's finish with the most important question. Do you have a suit picked out for draft night?
Yes, I do.
Describe it for me.
I got a nice navy blue cross button across. I'm going to wear a nice clean turtleneck. Maybe a nice chain that drips right here. The buttons come all the way up here, and it's like a nice, and it's like checkered a little bit, like with some stripes and things like that. I saw Devin Booker wear a similar suit, and I instantly fell in love with it. I was like, oh, that's real clean.
So did you inquire as to where he got it? How did you find it?
So I went and my agency set up a meeting with a dresser, like a suit guy, and he showed pictures of like different suits that different guys wear, like, you know, NFL, NBA, and things like that. And I saw it. He showed me pictures, and I was like, "That's the one. That's the one." And I found like the perfect color that like would make my skin pop. I was like, "That's the one."
Micah, really looking forward to seeing how things play out for you on draft day. Congratulations on all your success to this point, and good luck here going forward. Been fun to watch you.
Hey, I really appreciate it, guys. Nothing but love, and I can't wait either.